Hello everyone, welcome back once again to Guild Wars 2 Jump Puzzles. I am your host, Warmac9. Today I am doing Morgan's Spiral and the Dark Reverie jump puzzles located in Caledon Forest. You can access these jump puzzles via the Spiral waypoint down near Morgan's Spiral in the level 6 area. What you want to start off by doing is going up the spiral vine here in the middle. Now this can become inaccessible if a certain event has not triggered off. Our server hasn't had this one for a while and I just now got around to doing it again because yeah, it's been inaccessible for me for the longest time. So you start off with some relatively basic hopping coming up these rocks. A little tip: when you're passing the very narrow skinny vertical trees and branches that are along the rocks, you kind of want to skirt around them. Their physical model is a lot larger than they actually appear, so you will like bump into them and they'll push you off on purpose. A couple times the camera screen will shake, and that is part of the rock, so it's just part of the effect of the atmosphere. It's not actually you shaking, and it's not actually something that can harm you. It's just meant there to kind of throw you off. Once you get to this kind of elevated, flatter, larger area, you continue around this little pillar here, coming up to another set of rocks, again jumping across these guys, and working your way out onto these vines, again keeping in mind that those really skinny trunks of trees are there kind of just to kind of weasel you off in the event that you're not paying attention. Now this particular jump puzzle, I do not recommend doing the second half of it unless you're on a relatively high level character or you're geared to take a little bit of damage. There are quite a few enemies in here, about 3 veterans as well as a couple roving packs. As you can see here at the end of the Jumping Rocks platform, you have finished the Morgan Spiral jump puzzle portion. This will award you the Morgan Spiral achievement. Next is the Dream Dark Enclave, which will give you the Dark Reverie jump puzzle achievement. To get to it, you want to continue along the platform behind the chest here, hopping across these platforms as well, and then kind of working your way through these enemies. Now I actually have someone that comes in here a few minutes after I already get in here, so they kind of come in after I clear this initial trash. But there is a side door to get in here. Unfortunately, it has to be open from within. So in order to come back in here, in case you die, you have to make it within a certain time frame or hope that somebody inside is going to open up the door for you. These earlier stages right here, you're going to be working your way down these mushrooms. I kind of goof and fall off right here, which is kind of bad because I could have easily, very quickly died right there, and I do try and recover it, but I end up getting more aggro than I really could have handled at the time. So you can see me here, I blow my elite, and I just kind of spin around like a ninny for a couple seconds, and then I try and stay alive for a long enough period of time. I stealth myself, but they're in the middle of casting an attack, so that cast doesn't finish. I kind of poured over to him just to go ahead and finish him off, and I end up getting another confusion and another poison on me. Now those are applied by the bursting plants along the ground. You'll see their effect appear every now and then, like a little spatter of mud goes up. If you get hit with it, the confusions do stack, the poison does stack, so if you're glass cannon like my thief here, you are going to have a hard time. However, the majority of the enemies in here are not terribly health intensive, but because of the added effect of all the plants, the turrets around, the bursting plants like the bursting bramble right here, those do a lot of additional damage and require a lot of situational awareness that is a little bit harder to see. Plus you'll also get hit by these little turret things on occasion, and you can't always easily distinguish where they are. I kind of try and weasel my way around the room, but I end up pulling everybody anyway, just for the sake of it. I pull these little fern wolves just because they're relatively easy to kill. As a glass cannon thief, I can usually wear them down before they get to me. I pull the husk. I accidentally pull the veteran on the opposite side of him. The husk is not a really big challenge. He attacks slow and hits really hard, but the veterans can be a little annoying, especially with the plants, the turrets having a tendency to respawn. So I work down the veteran here. Again, being glass cannon, I do have an incredibly high DPS for the level range that I'm down level to. It's just is just that I don't take a really good punch. As a thief, we're among the highest burst DPS classes in the game. We just can't take a punch for anything. Now, as you can see here, a mesmer comes in to join me. I'm not sure if he came in through the side door or what, but there is a chest, as you can see me targeting right there. But you do have to clear through another veteran to get to it, and you will likely aggro the third veteran in the middle there. I choose to avoid them, while I also choose to fail at hopping across these little mushrooms next to the base of this route here. This is the next route up, so basically after hopping down one set of mushrooms on the east end of this big room, you want to hop up another set of mushrooms on the southwest or central south-ish wall of the zone of the room, and then kind of proceed to hop along these as they slowly proceed their way upward. Be advised, excuse me, that there are occasionally bursting brambles along the way, and occasionally a seed turret or two. If you do see someone go into downstate in here and you think you can possibly help them, do a favor and help them if you can. It helps so many people out so greatly just to give them that little res. I cannot say how many times I've died in here and gotten back up at the hands of somebody else. So really definitely always do return kind favors, and it'll usually come back for you as well. As you can see here, I kind of cautiously took that little route as I hopped along onto those 2 mushroom caps there. This next portion here actually gets a little cheaty, mostly because you're supposed to take the mushrooms. I find it easier just to hop on this route along this westmost wall and skip all those mushrooms. And I'm just like, yep, don't want to do them. I get eventually to right here, and then I hop up onto these platforms. This one you kind of want to aim for the leftmost edge of, because I will fall off that every single time unless I'm consciously thinking about needing to hop onto the left edge. And then you just kind of hop up in a spiral toward the top. There are a few high jumps like that one right there you want to kind of hop early to make sure you land on, but eventually you reach the summits and the chest, which this will award you with your achievement for the Dark Reverie and a little bit higher quality gear than the previous one. This is a magnificent chest, which actually looks pretty cool for a Silvari chest. And that is going to do it for Morgan's Spiral and Dark Reverie. Thank you guys once again so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Guild Wars 2 jump puzzles as well as other contents on my channel. If you like this, please be sure you leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.